Today we're going to look at the concept of higher order derivatives. Now, what do I mean when I say that? Well, say we have a function of x, 16x squared plus 5x minus 37 in this case, and somebody asks you, hey, find me f prime of x. Well, you know how to do this by this point. This is just finding the derivative, which we should know is 32x plus 5, but then they say, do it again, and they want to find the second derivative. All we're going to do is take the derivative of the first derivative and get 32. And that's really it with these higher order derivatives. The whole concept is that you're taking the derivative multiple times. I'm not really teaching you anything new here. If you know how to take the derivative, then you're fine. We're just going to look at another example and look at some new notation. The notation is all we're really learning. So what if what if we want to find the fourth derivative and I don't want to write all those prime symbols? Then I will just write here, find me this. And that just simply means find me the fourth derivative of our function of x. What is our function of x? In this example, we're going to do a trig function, sine of x. And if you don't know the derivatives of sine and cosine, I have a video explaining those two, so you can go and look at that if you want some explanation as to what we're doing. But for everybody else who is familiar, then we know that the derivative of sine of x is just cosine of x. And we know that the second derivative, which is just the derivative of the first derivative, is going to be equal to negative sine of x. But let's keep going. We need to find the third derivative. Here's that new notation I was talking about. And we get that that's negative cosine of x. And lastly, the thing that we were looking for, the fourth derivative of our function of x, actually brings us back to the beginning in this case, and we get sine of x. Now that's it. The only last thing I want to mention is a third notation that you might see, which is this. You might see a d squared. I keep writing here. It'll be d squared y dx squared, and that simply means the second derivative. And those twos can be swapped for any number. If it was fours or fives, that means find the fourth derivative and the fifth derivative. And if you can understand everything we did in this short 2-minute video, then you understand the concept of higher order derivatives.